Catherine, I have to get some snacks. Since we can't have virtual cupcakes, I had to give me a
Oh,
snack.
that's too funny. That's hilarious. How are
Okay,
you?
I'm doing well. If you don't mind
Good.
me asking, where's your
Yeah.
accent from?
London.
London.
Yes.
Wonderful. Okay. And you've
Yeah.
lived you've lived in the States for years?
For 15 years.
Oh, great.
It will
Okay.
be it will be 15 years in a few days actually.
Oh, your American um journey. How do you like
Yes.
how do you like
Very
being in the States?
um it's good and bad. It's very
Yeah,
different from the UK,
right.
and America's very challenging, contrary to what people actually think with regards to foreigners. And when people
Mm.
always say, "Oh, foreigners come in, they get everything," no, not quite. It doesn't work that way.
Mhm.
Um, so background. I came
Mhm.
here on work in
Work
real
visa?
estate. Actually,
Oh,
yeah, with a
okay.
work visa, I was in real estate.
Mhm.
So this was a company in New York that did Airbnb before Airbnb was a thing.
Okay.
So basically, in New York, when I first came, what people used to do, the New Yorkers would go away on holiday, and this company would list their homes to the Europeans. So the Europeans will come, they'll pay this company the money
Mhm.
and stay in people's homes in New York for the holiday, for
Okay.
the whole time the New Yorkers went wherever they went.
Okay.
And Europeans will rent their homes, and then they'll pay to this company. This company will pay the people their money, and they'll get a percentage.
Right.
But they were a French company, and I didn't really like the company. So, and I was a
Mm.
listing agent for them. So
Okay.
I would go out, take pictures of the homes, stage it, and
Mhm.
list the house and stuff like that. What they didn't tell me was, well, if you want to make the commission from these properties that you're listing, you should take your real estate exam. That way you get the commission. So I was doing the hard work. Somebody else was getting my commission.
Mm.
So I
Wow.
left, and
Yeah.
that was it.
Yeah.
So
Absolutely.
I left, so I was in New York for about 6 months. I left New York, I moved to Maryland. So I lived in Maryland for the duration, and I couldn't really quite work in my field because I have three degrees, and my background was social services, working for the local government. So in England, social services is attached to the local government,
Mhm.
whereas in the US, it's an entire entity by itself.
Yes, it is.
And right, and so, but my postgraduate is in law. I have my postgraduate degree in law, but here, in
Mhm.
order for you to work in the field of social services, your postgraduate has to be in psychology.
Mhm.
And so I found myself working in doctors' offices doing billing and coding and stuff like that. And so then I would take a treat in every time. And the doctors, so I used to work for Eric Holder's wife, President
Okay.
Obama's attorney general.
Oh, yeah, Attorney
She was,
General.
she, yeah, she was an OBGYN. And so I'll take treats in, and they'll be like, Catherine, this is really what you're supposed to be doing. You're way past being here doing billing and coding, blah, blah, blah. So anyway, eventually, um, I started the bakery 12 years after being here. I started the bakery, and that's what I've had this whole time. And then fast forward to COVID, that was had a huge impact, like a huge, huge financial impact.
Mhm.
And so it was just, for the first year of COVID, my business did well. And then the second and third year, it was just a rapid decline,
Mm.
and PPP wasn't even enough to like keep hold of anybody and all that stuff. And I'm
Right.
still kind of, it's like this, trying to get my head out of the
Mhm.
waters and stuff like that. And so then, of course, I'm on Instagram, which is when I stumbled on the post and I clicked on it. I was like, oh, whatever, blah, blah, blah. And so here we are. But no,
Wow.
yeah,
What a journey.
I have one daughter. She's in New York. She goes to John Jay. She wants
Mhm.
to be a forensic psychologist, so she's at John Jay, and
Wow.
she actually works for a real estate investment company.
Really?
Yeah, she does.
What is her role? Is she doing more back office?
She's doing yeah, she corrected me the other day. I called her a PA. She said she's a executive something. So she does, right? I'm not a PA, I'm an executive assistant, I guess,
Oh,
whatever,
executive
you know.
assistant. Yeah.
Yeah,
Hmm.
so she's an executive assistant for them,
Wow.
and she's still in college. So
Oh,
yeah,
good for her. Wow.
yeah,
What a background. You've
I
got an
know.
extensive background, and
It really is. It
the
really
fact
is.
that you were able to, take your passion, which of course is, um, baking,
Yes.
pastry chef, and like you said, it's are you trying to taper it down? Or are you just trying to find new markets
So,
and
so
way
what
to
I'm gonna,
market it?
what I'm doing, so I'm kind of, we're still doing retail, which is everyday birthdays, weddings, and things like
Mm-hmm.
that.
Mm-hmm.
However, I'm also looking at wholesale. So I've got a contract with Walmart at the moment. I just signed a contract with
Wow.
Walmart for Canada.
Huge,
Yeah,
Catherine.
yeah. And then
Okay.
I just got another contract with 1-800 Flowers for the DC area. That just happened a few
Amazing.
weeks ago. And then I'm
Okay.
sitting in a meeting next month with another food brand. So I give it up to him
Wow.
to
Oh
do that.
my gosh.
So my goal is to get myself another head baker
Mm-hmm.
that will assume my position, and I
Mm-hmm.
will just come and oversee because I'm going to focus more on the real estate side.
Exactly.
More so, I want to be more hands on my real estate side, and I'll just oversee what people are doing in the
Mm-hmm.
bakery, just making sure that the quality is not compromised. It's still the same. It keeps its integrity and
Mm-hmm.
all that stuff. Because whereas we bake small in small batches,
Mm-hmm.
and so the product is the same all the time. So I don't, and I source small as well. I don't source manufactured product, like we use all organic stuff.
Mm-hmm.
So we switched out, and now we go to the Amish market and get all the ingredients because it's all organic.
Organic.
So
Wow.
yeah, it changes the whole dynamic of where we are, and me being able to keep the integrity of each product that I put out.
Real important. I see.
Yeah.
And the same with being hands-on in
Yes.
building your real estate business. And it's
Correct.
real important because this can be a really good, and as you well know, generate a lot of capital
That's why
that will,
that's the part
help you
that's
scale
the,
your other
yeah,
businesses as well, because you're
that's the
building an
whole point.
empire,
Yes.
right? So
That's
tell
it.
me, how has the Billionaire Creator Academy
Oh
experience
my
been so far? Just
oh
give
my
me,
God.
okay. Can
I
you
have
contain
not
yourself?
I cannot. I haven't stopped talking about it. One of my friends was actually in the webinar last night,
Okay.
and he's a financier. And I was like, "Are you going to pay and take the class?" And he was like, "Well, she said I had to pay right away. Is that what you did?" Yes. She said there was only 12 seats. I'm like, "Get off my phone because you're not serious. You're either going to do this or not do this." This is amazing. This came right in time for me personally,
Hmm.
with everything that's going on with COVID, with COVID being behind us, but the financial impact that it's had on my business, right?
Hmm.
This was just in time. I think the program is fantastic. I think I've mentioned this before. Prior to coming on this program, I did another program that was $10,000, which was a complete waste of money. This was to be loan originators, so commercial loans, fix and
Hmm.
flips, and all that stuff.
Hmm.
I am yet to close one lead on that one, on
Hmm.
that side. So I've been calling people that took that class and said, "You need to come to this class that I just took because this is the real deal." For me, I like the class. I
Hmm.
like the structure. I
Great.
think it's very informative. I think the wealth of knowledge that yourself and the other coaches have makes it that much easier to sell, not to sell, to engage us in making sure we fully comprehend what the deal is and how we can go to be like yourselves in the industry and do it well, right? The structure is perfect. The fact that it's ongoing, it's just ongoing, like to drum it in your heads,
Hmm.
right? It's just there, that, and then the fact that there's the background that you can go back and look at the replays and listen to them. If you miss, like I was listening to you today, I missed something. I made fresh notes
Right.
of something that I hadn't that I had missed. Of course, you said it before, but I
Hmm.
missed it, so I made fresh notes. So just the repetitiveness of ongoing and letting it sink in.
Right.
You're only going to succeed if you want to succeed,
Right.
right? Because the knowledge is there, the information is there, and you're just giving it and saying it. So it's perfect. It's
Wow.
perfect.
You mean you took a lot of stole a lot of my thunder,
Yeah.
which means that I don't really have a lot to say because you are the living proof that
Yes.
not only it can be done, your mindset, just
Yes.
if you're doing it, if the structure that we provide here gives you the tools and the environment and the support that you need
Right.
to be successful and to build your business. So I want to ask you a question. Okay.
Yes.
Did the support of the Billionaire Creator Academy uh, help you in getting your achieving your real estate investment goals faster
Abs-
than you would think if you went another route?
Absolutely. It absolutely did. And it's funny you asked that question. There was something that you said in class today, because I know people in the industry.
Hmm.
One of my friends, she has all the license, DC, Virginia, and Maryland.
Hmm.
She actually doesn't work in the field. She will get one contract here and one contract there that she's sub showing, and it's split between her and the broker and all that
Hmm.
stuff. So she does something completely different. Now she knew about this program. Of course, it's quicker, way
Hmm.
quicker than anything. I
Right.
mean, I was in a week. The Sunday I started on Monday the 13th. By that Sunday, my first deal was signed. My
Wow.
first deal was signed. And it's funny
Yeah.
because the post that I saw that Mercedes posted, she said in the post, let me show you how to get your first deal in 2 weeks. But I wasn't even quite 2 weeks
Right.
when I got my first um, contract, right?
Right.
Now I'm almost 2 weeks, but in the span of when, after the Sunday, I believe it was Thursday of the week, I got my second contract. So not quite 2 weeks into the
It's
program, I
exactly.
have two contracts. And so the information, if people utilize what's if people dedicate the time and assign some funds to pay for the softwares like the Vumber, the Lead Cap, and Mojo, and all that stuff. You pay for all your software, the DocuSign, and the other where which I'm about to, because I'm about to put my property online tonight. That program, you put those funds into one side, and then you come and you take the knowledge. There's no way you can lose. You get there quicker than having to go
Wow.
take your exam and walk and show properties and this, that, and the third.
Mm.
I've sat and listened to the likes of Grant Cardone. I listen to him every day almost, because I'm frequent in Clubhouse, and
Mhm.
sometimes I'm on stage with him and I hear, and he's not the only person that's in real estate. There's a number of them I can mention. And it's this is just the real deal. That's all I can say.
Yeah.
This is really just the real deal right
Well,
here.
Catherine, you know what? Thank you for your candor, for your authenticity, and for the hard work that you've put into building your business in such a short period of time.
Right,
It has brought to fruition everything that Coach Mercedes uh, is telling
right,
students when they come to, even before they come to the academy, but they're in the seminar trying to determine whether this is going to work for them or not. If you put the work into it, if you have the dedication and you make
right.
sure you set aside what is
The funds,
necessary to
you're
run your
necessary
business,
to run your
right?
business.
Okay.
Hmm.
You will be successful. And I mean, you are
Absolutely,
truly a living example of that, based on the
absolutely.
fact that you did it in
Yes,
less than 2 weeks. You've got
yes. Hmm.
two contracts, and
Yep.
definitely I can definitely support you in saying that you are a student of this industry.
Yes.
And I see that in your growth, and I see that in the conversations that you've had during class that we've
Yeah.
had, as well as the questions that you ask and the research that you do offline, just
Right.
again to add to your knowledge.
Right.
In addition, as I tell you in homework, okay, I want you to go out and find more information about the
Right.
industry that you want to be successful in.
Right.
And by doing that, you've educated yourself and built confidence,
Right.
right?
I
That
really, I really have.
enabled you to get to those contracts in such a
I
short period
it
of time,
it
right?
is. It really has. And it just gives me, like, I'm in my mojo. I've got 8,068 leads currently in my mojo.
Mhm.
And here's my notebook. I've been scanning and crunching my numbers. I'm scanning and crunching my numbers. I'm scanning and crunching my numbers. That's what I've been doing.
Wow.
And then when I'm done with my numbers in my notebook and they write, I put them in my Monday. And I've been
Mhm.
calling people who don't, I've been phoning in between
Mhm.
listening to sessions. I'm making my phone
Mhm.
calls. I'm
Mhm.
sending emails out. And you just have to invest the time. I think sometimes when one of the questions that was asked to me about the academy by somebody who was in the class, it's like, well, we paid 10 grand for that other course. Why are we paying 12? Why did you only pay 1,200 and change? I was like, well, first of all, we were scammed.
Mhm.
It shouldn't have been for a class that was not accredited. It shouldn't have been 10K.
Mhm.
That's one. I said over here, not only have I paid that, but I get endless amount of coaching sessions,
Mhm.
right? And then I've got the channel where I can
Endless
go
amount,
ask
right?
questions,
Mhm.
endless amount of training sessions,
Mhm.
because once you're done with the live training, it's
Mhm.
recorded so I can go back and listen to it
Exactly.
numerous times if I wanted to, right?
Exactly.
Not only
Right.
that, there's a Slack channel where I can communicate and say, hey, coach X, Y, and Z, and I can get a response within the
Mhm.
hours that you're working,
Exactly.
and then the information's there with everything else. So it's like, it's almost like she's saying, here, go ahead, I'm feeding it to you. And she really didn't have to, you know, like gaining all the experience that she has, she really didn't have to impart this knowledge to anybody else. She could have kept it all to herself. So I'm internally grateful because we all talk about generational wealth. And I feel like people have those conversations about generational wealth, but nobody really backs it up. But here we're given the opportunity to actually back it up
Right.
with the knowledge, if that's what you really want to do. And for me, this is golden. This is really golden.
Wow. Well, you know what? I think that we can go on for
I know.
another hour or so, but I just again I appreciate you taking the time to have this little conversation with us.
For
And again,
sure.
congratulations, Catherine,
Thank you.
because
Thank
the
you.
work and the dedication, commitment to yourself,
Right.
okay, nobody else but yourself, is paid
Absolutely.
off in such a short period of time. You are successful, you well on your way, and we congratulate you, and we
Thank
definitely,
you.
you are, and you know that not only one but two awards
Right.
coming, right?
Yeah.
Awards
Yes.
coming, and then as you get to the move those through to the other side, those as well, and the closing
Yes.
as well. So we want to make sure that you understand that we're not only supporting you, and in the training and the coaching that you're receiving here, but we want to show you, in
Right.
the tangible way by
Right.
giving you this award, the Sending the Smoke Award.
It's
Okay.
funny you use the word tangible in my recording. That's exactly what I said. I said, this is so tangible. It's very hands-on. You can actually touch it. You really can. And so
Right.
I'm truly
It's the real
grateful.
deal. You said
It's the
it.
real deal. Yeah,
You
it's the
said
real
it,
deal.
right?
I'm totally grateful for this opportunity. I'm so thankful for your knowledge. I'm thankful for the coach's knowledge because it's knowledge is key, and you impart that knowledge, and whoever wants to run with it is only going to win. And that's just, you can only win, you can't fail. You only
Right.
fail because you've sabotaged yourself. But and that's
Yeah.
it, you
That's
know.
it. That's
Yeah.
it. Well, Catherine, again, thank you
Thank
so
you.
much.
You're
Appreciate
so
your
welcome.
time, taking the time to speak with me today.
You're so
And
welcome.
yeah, continue on in
Thank
that
you.
upward trajectory that you're on right
Right.
now.
That's it.
sky's the limit, right?
It is. It is.
Okay. All
Thank
right.
you. Have
You're
a good
welcome.
night.
Good night.
All right.
All right, y'all. I hope you enjoyed that. Smash that like button if you haven't already. And don't forget to subscribe for all the real estate sauce so you can keep yourself up to date. Now let's make some money.